Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Naval History with World of Warships Legends on Xbox One. My name is Nick, and today we're back in the Cagro. Now this is Capture the Base, and this video, or the game, I guess at least, is super fun. I have a great time in this match, and let's see how it all unfolds. Now, in the downtime, I want to talk about a movie that's coming out, not because they pay me, but just because I think it's a cool, interesting movie. Essentially, it's called Greyhound, and it's about crossing the Atlantic during World War II with the U-boats. It's got Tom Hanks in it, and I really, it's great. There's a lot of CGI in it, it looks like, just from the movie trailer, but in today's day and age, what movies don't have CGI? Now, I pop smoke for this. I think it's a Bismark and an Iowa behind me, mainly just because I want them to have some protection. There's a Kutuzov that's going to come in the picture. Now, there is a Bismark and another battleship over there. I can't pronounce the name. I don't know it. I'm just going to send these torps out. I don't know if they'll hit, but what I want to do is I want to keep those battleships back. And as a destroyer, I may not get any hits out of this, but it's more important that I keep these battleships back and not let them push up on our side. The one thing about Capture the Base that's really important is you have to win your side. If you guys watch a lot of videos for World of Warships Legends, you've most likely seen a player called Spartan Elite, and he talks about that a lot. He's got great videos, so if you get a chance, check him out. So I'm not going to get anything with these torps here. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I just want him and the Bismarck to stay back. Kind of give the Iowa a shot to come through. Now, as you can see, now we're the only destroyer left in the game, so now I really have to be careful about what I'm doing. I really have to watch the mini-map here. Now, we're fine right now, so we're just kind of going to putt around and watch these guys. Now, here you see the Kutuzov on the right-hand side. He's going to poke out, and I'm just going to keep my distance from him. There's really no reason to rush over there and engage. We're just kind of going to putt around here, really. So there's not a whole lot going on. In my last video, I basically tried to figure out how I was going to fill in the gaps between, just with lulls in the game. And I really haven't figured that out. However, I did watch some TED Talks on public speaking. So maybe that'll help. I'm not really sure. Now, one thing I will say about this battleship that I've spotted is he's backing up. And because he's backing up, I'm not going to launch these torps. For one, I think it would be a complete waste. And two, I've actually pushed up farther than I really want to. I want to stay close to the base, because if somebody comes into the base, or if two destroyers decide they're going to get froggy and come back into the base, our base anyways, it would be hard for me to get back and support the battleships that are behind me. I've talked about that in the other video of the Cagro, as a destroyer. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm going to want to get out of here now. I was not paying attention to the minimap there, and because of that, the Bismarck and that Kutuzov, they're gonna get really close. And I'm not comfortable with having cruisers that close, especially since they have sonar. But anyhow, like I was saying though, I watched the TED Talk trying to figure out, public speaking or how am I going to do this on a regular basis. And it was interesting, So I'm going to launch torps at this Bismarck. Now, the thing about this Bismarck, or a lot of the top tier ships, is that they're very maneuverable. And you're going to see here that I put my torps just a little bit in front of him because I want him to slow down a little bit. Now, the Atago is out there with him as well, and I know that he's going to be able to see the torps before the Bismarck is. So I don't. It's unfortunate, but they're basically gonna. Most of those are gonna go right by him. Where did we get one? We got one. All right, that's not bad. 12,000 damage. Did we get another one? Oh, we did get another one. All right, 24,000 damage. I like that. That's a good shot on a Bismarck. Like I was saying though, the bigger tiered ships, the Iowa, the Jean Bart, the King George, sort of, the Schornhurst. She's easy to torp in my opinion. The Jean Bart, definitely one of the hardest ones. It's like the Great White Buffalo. If I get a chance to torp one of those, I work really hard and I just can never do it. Now, okay, awesome. So we've been spotted from the air. Now I'm going to launch these torps at this Bismarck, and you see I launched him again. I launched him just slightly behind him because I know if it's a Bismarck, he's very maneuverable and he's going to turn out. So we're just going to sit here and watch these torps go to their destination. Now, as you can see, he's turning out, and it doesn't really matter. Come on, babies. Come on. Let's see. Get there. And there it is. All right. Now I'm going to fire because I want this kill. So I fire, and I get it. Now I thought it was a Kutuzov. It's a Baltimore. I apologize. This Baltimore here, he's getting it a little bit from a battleship here. Now I kind of have a decision to make. I need to figure out if I'm going to go back across for the Bismarck or if I'm going to go after this battleship here. And I think the Bismarck is a much better target personally, especially since he's kind of up against an island. And I'm going to use that to my advantage because if I get alongside him and I just wait and let him kind of be up against that island, my chances of getting him are significantly better because there's no way he can turn out. Now this Baltimore, he does put down our battleship out here, which is unfortunate. I'm not going to launch torps because it wouldn't do any good, and I want to use my torps other places. Not only that, but the Kagro's refresh or reload time for torps is like a minute and some change. I can't decide if I want. I'm definitely not going to launch them now that Bismarck is not long for this world. Oh, good. Look at that. Sonar detection. Awesome. Let's see. Now, I want to get this Baltimore, and he's not very high up. I do take some damage. I actively do the reload, and I pop smoke. Did we get him? Yes. So we got that Kutuzov. All right, so we're up to 2 kills now at 64,127 damage. This Bismarck, he's done. I don't really know why I fired that shot. So the Atago, he's still out there. The battleship behind the island here, like I said, I don't really remember. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. Now, what I am going to do, and what I notice, is that there is an Iowa. And that Iowa, guess what? I love Iowas. They are juicy targets. And I love torping these guys. They are a bit harder to torp just because they're... Oh, hello, Akinsu. They're a bit harder to torp just because of the fact that they can stop really quickly. Now, I have to be careful here because this... I don't think I'm saying it right. Is it the Akatsuki? Maybe that's how you say it. I don't think there's an N in the name, so saying it's the Akatsuki doesn't really work. This Iowa has a destroyer with him, so I'm going to kind of have to be careful about how close I get to this Iowa because if I get too close, I'm going to pay for it. Now, what I do know is the Akatsuki, he has tapered off. He's pulled off from in front of the Iowa, and I don't know why he did that because really what he's allowed me to do is lead this Iowa to his watery grave. Davy Jones's locker, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're going to go. Now, I could shoot out from behind this island, but I don't want to give away my position because this Iowa is doing exactly what I want him to do, which is sailing in a straight line straight towards my torpedo salvo, and hello and a goodbye. We get the devastating strike there. We get 4 torpedo shots on him. Now the Akatsuki, he comes back into the picture, but it's too late. I think he just popped smoke because he's spotted there. Now my spotting for the Kagro, the way I have it built for the commander, is I have the 10% range. Oh, hello, King George. Well, let's see if we can have fun with the king. Now, like I was saying, I have a 10% spotting increase for destroyers. Now, it does reduce my overall health 10%, so I do kind of have to pay attention to that, especially since the Kagro doesn't have the best firepower when it comes to guns. And if you've ever gone up against a German destroyer in a Japanese destroyer, you've found that out quite quickly. Now this King George, he's sailing. Okay, the Akatsuki is back. I gotta watch that. I think with camouflage I can get within 4.9 clicks before I'm spotted, so I'm just kind of gonna take this slow. I have my exit strategy. If I'm spotted, I'll just go ahead and go straight out. I don't have any smoke, so that's an issue. Now this King George, he's going to spot me. He just is. The trajectory is there. He's going to run into me. I fire early, and I fire where I think he's going to go, which is that he's going to turn in. And what I'm trying not to do is I don't want to present him with a broadside target. So I'm just going to go in straight on the bow. If he takes me out at this point, he takes me out. However, he is going to eat all of these torpedoes. Did he eat the 4th one? Okay, so he only eats 3, but I fire that. Come on, one more fire. Come on, don't get me. Come on, one more. Come on. Come on. Come on. Reload. Ah, there we go. And I get him, and I also get the devastating strike. That's a new one. Now, this Akatsuki is going to present a challenge for me because I have already used my damage control when the King George was shooting at me. So now I kind of have my only option was really to return fire. But he's also leaving. And in true fashion, I cannot aim worth shit in this game. But that's fine. Like I said, he's leaving. And he doesn't really pose a threat at this point. So continuing to fire, especially when I'm on fire and with the low health. Now damage control, finally, thank you. Damage control finally comes back. He gets a shot on me, but I'm not going to return fire. I can't tell you how bad I want the Kraken. We're at 4 kills. I've never got the Kraken. I would love to get it, but here, especially since it's 3-on-2, it's really more important that I just hang back. I'll go back here. The Iowa's back here, and then we have cruiser support in the way back, but I don't think his health is I don't think he has much of it, so I don't think he's going to be a factor. Now, I do let the Iowa know here that I don't have smoke and that I don't know where the destroyer is. So hopefully we'll get him. We'll just kind of have to see what happens. But at this point, I didn't chase that destroyer because if I go down, then the destroyer has a direct shot at the Iowa. And with the cruiser not having a whole lot of health, it would probably be bad news bears for everybody. Now, if you've been paying attention in this match and you've watched the whole thing, you know that we probably had no business in being this close score-wise. I think at one point we were down 3 or 4 ships and they had all of theirs. And I don't want to say that I was the reason that we did so well. However, with 4 kills, and I think I took out 3 battleships, especially big ones, the Iowa and the King George. I'm going to take credit for this win just because had I gone out, I don't know what would have happened. And I'm not going to lie, I've probably gotten fairly lucky in this match. The Akatsuki definitely, he probably should have kept engaging with me and just kind of, oh, is that him? Oh, there he is. Oh, this might be my shot. Come on, baby. Come on. Line it up. Ah, oh, come on. That's that's the way it goes sometimes in World of Warships. That's all right. Maybe another time. So we're going to get the win here just on points alone. It was definitely an exciting match for me, and I hope it was exciting for you guys as well. Let's see what we got all together here. Now, I don't have premium today, so we're going to get a little less. Not bad. We did 164,603 damage. We got 11 torpedo hits and 11 flooding, 2 devastating strikes, and 1... What is that? What is that other one? I don't know. Anyhow, wasn't a bad game. That's it for today. My name's Nick. This is Naval History. If you like what I'm doing, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and we shall see you next time.